Good evening. This is the caucus meeting for December 11, 2024. Presiding officer of the council, Milady Tejeda, wishes to advise the audience that notice of this meeting has been filed with the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and posted on the bulletin board in the city clerk's office on the city's website, indicating that today's meeting is being held in the council chambers, City Hall, 260 High Street at 5:30 p.m. Right now it's 5:30, and the council meeting will follow the caucus and closed session. Council President Tejeda, as a courtesy of the governing body, I will ask all individuals present, including members of the audience, to please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. Should you need to make a telephone call, please go out into the hallways and speak in a low voice so as not to disturb the ongoing meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz? Present. Councilwoman Morales?
Present.
Councilman Puccio?
Present.
Councilman Torres?
Present.
Council President Tejeda?
Present. You all right? Ordinance, public hearing, 5 minutes maximum per speaker per ordinance. Ordinance number 1, ordinance of the City of Perth, Amboy County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing a 1-year lease agreement with Easter Seals of New Jersey for office space in the Alexander F. Jankowski Community Center for non-monetary consideration pursuant to NJSA 48, column 12-14, to be used for a public purpose commencing January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Number 2, an ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85 and amendments adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255A, C of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy, and this is about addition. Agenda, public comment. Citizen may address the council on any matter on the agenda which does not have its own scheduled public hearing. Citizens shall be permitted to speak once for a maximum of 5 minutes. Resolution. R 524-1224, adopting the 2025 caucus closed session and regular council meeting dates, time, and location. R 525-1224, authorizing refund of tax overpayment on Block 188, Lot 39, 687 New Brunswick Avenue in the amount of $2,475 with 96 to Maria Campos. You mentioned we're removing.
Yes, ma'am. So that's Resolution 526, authorizing contract with Matrix Design Group for construction project management, fiber installation, splicing, and networking of the city's public safety project, the amount not to exceed $180,000. I would like that to be returned to administration for further evaluation before we vote on that.
Okay, so we're removing R 526.
Thank you.
R 527-1224, accepting the bid and authorizing a contract with Z Brothers Concrete Contractors, Inc. for the Washington Street and municipal parking lot improvements in the amount not to exceed $425,310 with 50 cents. R 528-1224, authorizing a contract with Hudson Motors, Inc. for heavy equipment parts and supplies in an amount not to exceed $40,000. R 529-1224, authorizing a contract for the purchase of heavy equipment parts and supplies with Truist, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $43,500. R 530-1224, authorizing execution of a professional service agreement with T&M Associates for construction services for 2025 Road Improvement Program Phase 4 in the amount not to exceed $109,900. R-531-1224, authorizing the proper city officials to apply for the State of New Jersey Safe and Secure Communities Grant Program. R-532-1224, authorizing execution of a indemnification agreement with Eddie and Brenda Trujillo Family Foundation, Inc., for space at 228 High Street for the operation of our recreational boxing program. R-533-1224, authorizing change order number 5 to the contract with Suburban Consulting Engineers, Inc. for survey, design, permitting, and construction support services related to the Veterans Memorial Youth League Complex in an amount not to exceed $199,250, which is being funded through grant funds. R-534-1224, authorizing an agreement with Middlesex County to provide funds in the amount of $22,330.88 to the City of Perth Amboy Recreation Department Family Empowerment through Recreation Opportunities and Workshops Program. R-535-1224, awarding a one-year contract for property and casualty third-party administration, TPA, and managed care services to Claim Resolution Corporation, Inc. R-536-1224, awarding a one-year contract for property and casualty broker of record services to Brown & Brown and Lincoln Risk Management Corporation. R-537-1224, authorizing transfer of calendar year 2024 budget appropriation in the total amount of $551,000. R-538-1224, authorizing settlement of the workers' compensation litigation entitled Jorge Martinez versus City of Perth Amboy CP number 2019-14603 in the total amount of $25,725. R-539-1224, reappointing Haley Cruz, Councilwoman Haley Cruz, to the Perth Amboy Planning Board as a Class 3 member for a one-year term to expire December 31st, 2025. We also have some additions. Proposals were received on November 8th, 2024 for the following: cleaning, janitor, custodial services. Best cleaning building service for $84,600. Carmen's Cleaning H&O, $135,555. Divine Professional Cleaning Services, Inc., $140,500. Hudson Community Enterprises, $87,113 with 52 cents. SJ Service, Inc., $119,856. The recommendation of award is for Best Cleaning Building Service, $84,600. R-540-1224, adopting official newspaper for legal notices for the City of Perth Amboy. R-541-1224, authorizing a contract with Best Cleaning Building Service for custodial services at the Jankowski Community Center, Department of Public Works, Fire Headquarters, City Hall, and Municipal Court for 1 year commencing on January 1st, 2025, and terminating on December 31st, 2025, in an amount not to exceed $84,600. R-542-1224, authorizing additional funds for the contract with Adesta LLC for installation of fiber optic cables and network switches for public safety system in the amount of $650,000. R-543-1224, authorizing an increase to the contract with the firm of PRB Attorneys at Law LLC to provide additional legal services as requested by the city in an amount not to exceed $50,000. That's the backup. We have communication. We also have closed session resolution R 523-1224, authorizing a closed session at the December 11, 2024 council meeting to discuss the following: litigation update, and number 2, workers' compensation litigation, Jorge Martinez versus City of Perth Amboy. I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio?
Yes.
Councilman Torres?
Yes.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Public portion, 5 minutes maximum per speaker. I need a motion to open to the public.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? It's open to the public.
Ken Ballard, 359 Brook Ave. So I see the hospital is really gonna be a mental hospital, which everybody lied to and said that was not gonna happen. So when the children get sick, they gotta go to St. Peter's. You worry about tow trucks in South Amboy, the poor children are gonna go all the way to South Peter's. That's unbelievable, amazing. All right, 536. I see in the ordinance it says pay to play. Now, I believe Lincoln Memorial donated to this last campaign, somewhere in the area of $5,000. So what is the number for pay to play? And according to certain people, he ran an event for a campaign in Woodbridge. So what is pay to play and how much? If he was here, I'd ask him to say how much. But maybe the brokers in the back can tell how much that you can donate before you get a contract. Is it $1, $5, $5,000 running a campaign? So you're giving contracts out, and these people are donating. What was pay to play for? So you can't donate and get a contract. So we know there's problems with this, the insurance. There's been problems. I get a letter that I have to be pre-approved for medicine. Now I talk to other people and say, they don't get pre-approved. I got a call with the insurance companies and they tell me it's Obamacare. They blame it on Obamacare. You Democrats here blame it on Obamacare. Now I just said to Councilman something about this guy in a conservative group. So that's what we're here for. We're giving the conservatives, the Republicans, or whatever, and pay to play. So there should be an answer, and bring that broker in here and ask him how much he donated. I mean, the list of numbers are all going to come out of your campaigns. Now, 2 of you ran on a campaign with Cobb. The listing said Mayor Cobb at the time of the money. So I don't know how you can vote on it. So that should be held in abeyance to find out and call the broker in how much he donated. Did he run a campaign event? And what has he done? What's pay to play? I mean, this is supposed to be a transparent town. We got the Democrats now. I mean, does Coughlin, who's one of, Assemblyman Coughlin, one of the biggest donators to the Democratic Party. So does he like this kind of pay to play stuff? Maybe because his law firm donates a lot of money. Just an article in the paper about it. He's one of the biggest. So what is going to happen here? And then, number one, litigation. You got to tell us what it is. We know a police officer just filed a lawsuit, and the name should be here in litigation. Should be not just litigation. It should be litigation, this is the lawsuits. This is what's supposed to be here. So the public knows when the city's getting sued, not when you go in the back doors over here and don't say anything. Then you come out and settle a lawsuit for $750,000, $50,000, $60,000, or whatever. I mean, we're paying him $250,000. His law firm $250,000, and he can't even do it. Even putting bids back on them. When you have a change order, the original amount of the contract should be there, and then the amount of the change order, so people can see how much, because there's a percentage. Yeah, you can get around it. Lawyers get around it. That's a scam. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. The public is supposed to see the numbers. When you bid out a contract for $600,000, it should be, was it bidded out? Or did you just hand it out? Now, if I could catch one pay-to-play, how many other pay-to-plays? How many if I go in and look at your election paperwork, and I'm gonna see who donated, is there gonna be other contracts there? Is there? So I think you should hold that into abeyance and not vote on it until you get him in here and ask him how much he donated. Even if it's $1. There's a thing about pay to play. I'll give you 37 seconds. It's Christmas time. But next year's gonna be a lot of fun.
I guess I could,
Okay.
guess you want me to address that. I don't, okay. I don't know the specifics about the ordinance with pay-to-play, but let me talk about the facts, because I know we were talking about politics earlier. I'll get away from politics, because that's not my bailiwick, it's yours. But I will say the facts about the numbers. So there's 2 contracts here. I'll start with, I'll say the easier one, and the easier one is the one that was just added, and that was the cleaning contract. And the reason why I recommended that, I'm gonna go to this one, the cleaning contract, because previously we were paying through the state, we had a state contract, we were paying $134,000, and now as you see, it's gonna be $84,000, that's significant savings. Now with these 2 that the former council president brought up, R535 and R536, previously we were paying with Skylands, $255,000. When you combine the 2 contracts, proposed contracts, unless you agree with them, R535 and R536, the first one is for $69,000. The other one is for $120,000. So that's a total cost of $189,000. What we were previously paying was $255,000. So that's a savings of about $65,000, $66,000. So I'm looking at savings. As long as the work gets done, I hold it accountable.
Too much. I brought it up last year that you were paying too much.
And thank you for that. And you're 100% correct. Now we're paying less. I guess I'm not going to address pay to play, but I'm going to address just making sure we get what's best for the residents and saving money. But you did bring it up in the past too. Yes, sir.
I have a question. My question's about one of these contracts for the cleaning services. I see that before we had our contract through the state, and it was for more money. But my question is this, because I'm afraid of racing to the bottom. Is saving money, and I don't want to make any accusations or anything about any companies, but saving money is the same as providing the same labor practices. I'm not sure if this company, since it's not a state contract, is it the same, is it a state contract?
We didn't receive them from a state contract, but to your question, they agreed to hire the personnel that are here, and then we have to hold them accountable, including DPW, which is Danny Cleaver, to make sure they do the work that they're required to do. But those employees will be working for this
Are
company.
they going to be full-time? I see, I'm not sure if this
They're not
company's-
full-time now.
I'm not sure if this company's hiring practices, if they hire from temp agencies,
No.
if they hire just part-timers, and I'm not sure, or what if there were any violations of labor practices from this private company? And thrusting this upon the council at the last minute, it's kind of hard for us to do that type of investigative work, to find out these answers. Before, we would have a couple of days to get those answers before we voted, but I would like to have that answer if they have any labor violations within the last 5 years. If I could get that answer before we vote, and
They will be hiring the same people that are currently working, so we're going to be, those same individuals will be working, and those individuals that are working currently here are not full-timers, they are part-timers. So we'll be doing the same thing for this new company. Only difference is we'll be saving over $30,000. Let me see, like we said, the previous number was $134,000, now we're paying $84,000.
So they promise to keep the same employees
Yes,
that are
we will.
already there
Yes, the person that's working here at City Hall, as a matter of fact, she's going to be going over to
for the same
Jankowski.
amount of money on same benefits?
They're part-timers, they don't get
And
benefits.
is it written in the contract that these employees, or is this,
You can't-
a nice gesture? So it's a nice gesture, but really it's not
It's a
set
nice
in books,
gesture.
and really
We
we
can't-
can't hold
we
them
can't
to
mandate
this.
who
So
they hire.
that's nice. Okay, thank you very much. I would like to know if there was any labor violations within the last 5 years before we vote on this. If someone could, we have directors here, if anyone could find out that information for me.
I'll try and text the purchasing agent, but again, I don't know if you will have that in time. Again, the contract has to start January 1st, and this is our only meeting.
Well, see, this item was not on the agenda when we received it. I just received this item this
I'll
evening.
text her and see what she can find out.
You're asking us to vote on a contract, but we're not getting.
With the same individuals
giving us,
working, you're
like,
just going to save the residents from 134,000 down to 88,000, the same exact people working. So, but I will text her to find
Saving
out.
money on certain things like insurances or certain labor contracts might not be the best way to go if certain companies don't have good labor practices or don't provide the same type of benefits that other companies have provided for our residents. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Stephanie Brasida, 274 Davidson Avenue. Good evening, City Council. I'd like to ask if the City Council has discussed the accessibility issues I brought up for the last few meetings. The first one is the guaranteed 5-minute public comment excluding translations. The second is reinstating the Zoom meetings for the City Council. I would also like to ask who's in charge of updating the city website. Under alerts, you will see an alert that says join a municipal board in 2025. It's not clear how many boards have openings, but what I do know is that the HPC has openings and we're not represented on that. We have 4 seats open, 2 of which are alternates. When you click on the alert link that says visit for full details and vacancies, it takes you to the municipal boards page, which has a link to an outdated list of board vacancies. I do recall seeing it saying a deadline of like January 2024 for submitting an application. This will lead to confusion. What also leads to confusions are the members listed on the HPC's website, which include 2 people with terms expiring in 2026, like the majority of us who are on the website, who have not been there since I've been a member, since I was appointed last year. One member, Adit Witt, has not been to any meetings, again, since I've joined last year. We have no way of contacting him and have been asking for months to have him removed. So why is his name still shown on the website? Additionally, Danielle Rodriguez, who we were told did not want to continue serving on the HPC, whom I've never met again because when I joined last year, he was not there. Why his name is also still on the website when he confirmed that he did not want to continue being on the HPC. I've also seen that our newest member, Jane, was not included on the update either. So when can we expect this to be updated? Lastly, I want to sincerely thank Councilman Torres for serving our community these last 4 years on the City Council. I appreciate everything you've done to keep the citizens informed of what's going on in the city. Thank you for always questioning resolutions and agenda items so that the public understands what the City Council is voting on. Though you may not be on the council next year, I hope you continue to serve our community in whatever capacity you can. If you do choose to run again in the future, you have my vote. To the rest of the City Council, I look forward to seeing you all next year. And to everyone, I hope you have a happy and safe holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Green,
Yes, ma'am.
who's working on the website?
Yes, I'm writing right now. The chief of staff, she said she'll be working with the clerk to make sure the names are correct that we put on the website. I told her that there's someone questioning what we have up there, and she will take care of it too. And we are looking into that answer of the purchasing agent. Maria said what she saw last time, which was nothing against the company, but she's going to review right now. I just texted her too. Thanks, sir.
Sorry, Mr. Green, not just with the HPC board, but I think all the other boards have to
All
be
the boards in there.
updated.
Okay, I'm writing it now.
Because I was looking at all the boards, the Housing Authority, Planning Board, they all have to be updated. I think the expiration dates are incorrect on there.
Yes, ma'am.
And I guess I have a question for you. When will When will be expecting the applications for all these boards?
I can get them to you anytime. Normally, do you want them ahead of time when we schedule the meetings, the interviews? I mean, we have a lot of them. I can send them all to you if you'd like, or if you want specific boards.
If you can get all of them, right?
All of them.
So that we can review them before, I guess we have to schedule an appointment for them to come and interview.
Yeah, for interviews, yeah.
And also, every board, it has expired members in there. We need to.
Most of them do,
Most
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, there's one or two that doesn't have
So
any.
whoever is interested, I just want to tell the public, whoever is interested, you can apply, and then you're going to be considered for an interview for any of the boards that you
Did the
are.
deadline pass already to apply? Not yet.
No, I think they
I know,
opening it up.
I
think-
don't remember what the date is that Lizette put on. I don't think it has passed yet.
Yeah, she was just here, and she said they're doing a campaign, like to
Okay.
publicize it.
Yeah, if we can get all
Sure.
those applications, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I'm like, what was I gonna say? I could wait to the end to make my other statement, but Caroline Pizicki Torres, 264 Water Street. I founded Perth Amboy Artworks in 2015, and in the Articles of Incorporation, it said to run a community-based art center. But what I found out after I started my nonprofit was that it's extremely expensive, to get property or to rent it. And so I began to do pop-up events and had, used some economic development strategy to do arts and culture, to stimulate economic and community development in the community by activating underutilized spaces, such as the ferry slip, such as, Baby Park, and, to do murals in town to help create more vibrancy. And I wanted to make a comment regarding the police headquarters. I saw that there were some letters, one from the mayor in support of giving it to a developer, and I see that the history community has made their statements regarding their vision of the property as preserved and some type of a historic site. But I can tell you that the arts community is just dying for space in Perth Amboy. The investment in the arts in Perth Amboy has turned out exceptional results, whether it's the most sought-after muralists in our area or musicians or artists that go on to be listed in the Forbes, 20 under 20 lists. These are people that have so much talent and deserve affordable opportunities to develop their talent. And we deserve opportunities for community to gather, host art shows, host poetry readings, and do things. And when I worked at Jewish Renaissance, I worked with some other people in this room who also talked all the time about if we only had other properties that were available for the community to use, things would flourish, different after-school programs, things like that. And so before we give away a valuable asset to someone who has kind of shown bad faith for the entire time I've lived here in terms of the care of their property or the rental of their retail, that they be given a multi-million-dollar property, and yet the city does not have any space for its own residents, and it already owns that property, and there are historic preservation funds available and arts funds available that all could be utilized there. And I would understand if you sold it and prevented further tax increases for the community, but if you start just giving away assets, to others who really haven't met with anyone locally that I've heard of to share any common vision with us about how the community will thrive, because we deserve to thrive, I would say that, I would prefer to be given that property than to give it to him, the developer, And I have been a success story since I have been in Perth Amboy, and that's because of so much support of the community and opportunities that were made available to me. And, there are times when I don't have a space to hold what I want to hold as a venue for something to do. And I will continue to do things here. I received some nice donations this year, and I have, received a lot of feedback and compliments from the county. And I think there's so much potential here, but we have to kind of work together to achieve that. I have never even heard any of where the Performing Arts Center is even considered or how other arts organizations would work there or fit into it. So hopefully these conversations could happen in the future so that we could get something really good with people who have track records of success. Anytime I can think of where a property was given to an arts organization in a city in New Jersey, they began to, really spur economic development, whether it was in Trenton, Broadway, Long Branch, other places. Definitely, I think that we have to consider who is going to be making some noise, making, Perth Amboy a better place to live. So please consider my request that to
Thank
consider giving it to me. Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, I need a motion to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So now we're going to go to closed session. I need a motion to go to closed session.
Ma'am, I do have an answer from the purchasing agent based upon the councilman's
Okay.
request. She said that I just verified they are not on the wall list with DOL, Department of Labor, and I know we're all saying, what is WAL? She's saying it's the Workplace Accountability and Labor List. That's what WAL stands for. The list was updated on 12/6/2024. So,
Thank you. Okay, I need a motion to go to closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, after the closed session, we will adjourn the caucus and then start the city council meeting. I need a motion to come back from closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? I need a motion to adjourn the caucus meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Okay, we're ready for the council meeting now. Okay, this is the council meeting for December 11, 2024. Presiding officer of the council, Milady Tejeda, wishes to advise the audience that notice of this meeting has been filed with the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and posted on the bulletin board in the city's clerk's office and on the city's website, indicating that today's meeting is being held in the council chambers, City Hall, 260 High Street, right after the caucus and the closed session. Right now is 6:50 p.m. Council President Tejeda, as a courtesy of the governing body, I will ask all individuals present, including members of the audience, to please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. Should you need to make a telephone call, please go out into the hallway and speak in a low voice so as not to disturb the ongoing meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz? Present. Councilwoman Morales?
Present.
Councilman Puccio?
Present.
Councilman Torres?
Present.
Council President Tejeda?
Present. Let's stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. Dear Lord, please look over this governing body. Please give us the wisdom and the understanding of what are the needs for our residents and our city. I want to pray for those troops abroad and also those that are in our nation defending our freedom, and also for their family, especially during these holidays. I just want to pray also for those that have mental health problems and that are going through difficult times, to just find a way to help them out. And with that, I say amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ordinance, public hearing, 5 minutes maximum per speaker per ordinance. Number one, ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy County of Middlesex, New Jersey, authorizing a one-year lease agreement with Easter Seals of New Jersey for office space in the Alexander F. Jankowski Community Center for non-monetary consideration pursuant to NJSA 48, column 12-14, to be used for a public purpose commencing January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. I need a motion to open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? It's open to the public. Anyone who wants to speak on this ordinance? Seeing none, I need a motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? I need a motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
Yes.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Number two, an ordinance of the City of Perth Amboy to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance designating restricted parking spaces for use by handicapped persons. Ordinance number 380-85 and amendments, adopted July 2nd, 1985, also known as Chapter 255A of the Code of the City of Perth Amboy, and this is about addition. I need a motion to open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? It's open to the public. Seeing none, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? I need a motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio?
Yes.
Councilman Torres?
Yes.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Agenda, public comment. Citizens may address the council on any matter on the agenda which does not have its own scheduled public hearing. Citizens shall be permitted to speak once for a maximum of 5 minutes. I need a motion to open to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Anything on the agenda, if anybody wants to come up? Seeing none, I need a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Okay, I need to go through the resolutions. Remember the R-526 was removed. And then we are, let's see. Anything you want to pull?
535, 536,
Hold on.
537, and 541.
541. Okay, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, the consent agenda is R-524 through R-525, R-527 through R-434, R-38 through R-40, and R-42 through R-43. I need a motion for the consent agenda.
Just for R-539, that one as well.
What is it?
Reappointing,
Oh, we're
yes.
gonna put that one out also, so let's go over the agenda again. Okay, the consent agenda is R-524 through R-25, R-27, 527 through R-534, and then it's R-538, and R-540, and R-42 through 543. That's the consent agenda.
Right.
I need a motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio?
Yes.
Councilman Torres?
Yes.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. R-34 5/12/24, awarding a one-year contract for property and casualty third-party administrator, TPA, and managed care service to Claims Resolution Corporation, Inc. I need a motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
Since I won't be around for the next year, I'm going to abstain.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. R 536/12/24, awarding a one-year contract for property and casualty broker of record services to Brown and Brown and Lincoln Risk Management Corporation. I need a motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
Abstain.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. R 537/12/24, authorizing transfer of calendar year 2024 budget appropriation in the total amount of $551,000. I need a motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
No.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. R 539/12/24, reappointing Haley Cruz to the Perth Amboy Planning Board as a Class 3 member for a one-year term to expire December 31st, 2025. I need a motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
I abstain as I am in the resolution.
Councilwoman Morales?
Thank you for your service in the
Thank
planning
you.
board, and yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
Yes.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. R 541/12/24, authorizing a contract with Best Cleaning Building Service for custodial services at the Jankowski Community Center, Department of Public Works, Fire Headquarters, City Hall, and Municipal Court for 1 year, commencing on January 1st, 2025, and terminating on December 31st, 2025, in an amount not to exceed $84,600. Need a motion?
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morales?
Yes.
Councilman Puccio? Yes. Councilman Torres?
The municipality has to be very careful when we hire third parties to take care of some of our services, especially some of these services, which is performed by some of our most vulnerable people in our community. I'm not sure of the hiring practices or the practices of this company, and I hope that the council going forward, when entering into these contracts, would do some little investigation. Saving money isn't just everything. Sometimes it's better to pay that extra just to make sure that some people are not being exploited. And I'm not insinuating anything about this company, but I just really don't know. I just received the information today, so I'm going to vote no.
Council President Tejeda?
Yes. Public portion, 5 minutes maximum per speaker. I need a motion to open to the public. This is about anything.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Go ahead.
Carolyn Pizicki Torres, 264 Water Street. Councilman Torres, thank you for your service. It's been an amazing 4 years. Like Senate Majority Leader Teresa Ruiz, one of the defining aspects of your service has been to pass and reform so much legislation. You made changes on important issues like housing, the environment, health, taxation, and made business opportunities. And in most cases, you were able to get the unanimous support of the council to pass solutions and make reforms. And you received the courageous support of a second on motions that had major impact on maintaining openness and accountability of government. You made sure the mask mandate was enforced, got Zoom meetings, reformed the bike ordinance, passed the power plant opposition resolution, took fluoride out of the drinking water, passed multiple housing reforms, including the Airbnb regulation of short-term rentals and continuing occupancy ordinance. You created more business opportunities, passing the tattoo ordinance and negotiating $500,000 for a health department. You held the first Pride flag raising, preserved Sunshine Alley's name, put a stop sign on Grant Street, and held unsafe housing hearings. As a candidate, you committed to making change, and as a council person, you made things happen. And even some of your biggest critics have become your biggest allies. Your ability to be insightful and provide commentary that reflected an understanding of the issues and what is at stake was really enlightening and exciting to hear. It inspired people to become more active and participate. Having the courage to have a platform that you use to make decisions, whether it be assessing the environmental and health impact on the community of our decisions for warehouses or for purchasing vehicles, fiscal responsibility of using grant funding instead of bonding, responsible development, open government, and labor practices with the Kushner deal. We have all learned from you what it means to stand for something, to be passionate about doing the right thing, and to work for a brighter future for the city, together with your council, colleagues, the administration, and community. You have served as a positive agent of change and role model for others how to be a council person here in Perth Amboy. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good evening, members of the council. Ken Gonzalez. I reside at 110 High Street here in Perth Amboy. I want to wish everyone, number one, a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. As already has been mentioned, this is going to be the final meeting for Councilman Torres, and that, frankly, is the reason that I came out this evening. I think it's appropriate that when a council member's term of office ends, that it be marked, and that, number one, we say thank you to Councilman Torres. As all of you, your work is tremendous. You give because you love this city. Certainly you're not doing it for the money, because I know, you're not making particularly much money. Councilman Torres, you've always struck me as a councilman who is prepared, who has no problem questioning when he feels something is wrong, someone who is comfortable speaking his truth. And that's something that's important. All members of the council have to recognize their responsibility in as much as they are elected by the people to represent the interests of the people. While it's one thing to support the administration when you feel the administration is doing right, and that's something that should be done, but it's also equally important that when you feel that the administration is doing something that isn't necessarily right for the community, that you speak up and say, hey, wait a minute, I don't know if this is the best thing. And Councilman Torres, you've tried to do that during the time you've been on the council, and certainly as a member of the community, I appreciate it. I know many, many members of the community, whether they're here tonight or not, appreciate what you have done, and you personally, and the hours that you've given of your time. As a former member of the council myself, and as members of the council here know, you give up time from your family. And it's a big sacrifice. And again, you're not necessarily getting a whole lot personally out of it, except the satisfaction of knowing that you're trying to do the right thing. So I just want to take a moment to make sure you understand. I appreciate you. There have been times, there's one time specifically I remember coming up here and disagreeing with your manner of representing yourself. I thought that you were very frustrated and you were losing the message because of the delivery, but that doesn't change the fact that the actual message itself was a valid one. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good evening, Reverend Donna Stewart, President of the Perth Amboy Area Branch of the NAACP. I have taken time off because of being very disenfranchised with the election cycle and just everything that I know that not all, but a majority of Black women in America feel right now, and I just needed to handle self-care. But then when it was brought to my attention that this was your last meeting, I had to come to say thank you, because you're not afraid to stand alone. You're not afraid to speak out. But most importantly, you do speak on behalf of the constituents. And so many people say that they do, but they don't. And I know that you do because you talk to the people. You talk to the people in the community, and you support. And I appreciate that when you say yes, when you say no. And again, you may stand alone, you may sit alone, but know that there are people who support you and appreciate you, because it takes a lot of courage and strength to go against the pack, to go against the majority, to go against so many words I could say, but I won't say. But I never come to a meeting dressed in my work clothes, but I needed to be here I went to a doctor's appointment right after work, and I said, I need to be here. And I was glad that you were in closed session for so long, so that I could make it to this part where I can say to you, from the Perth Amboy area branch of the NAACP, thank you. And this may be your last day behind that seat, but know that join us on this side. Keep speaking up, speaking out. Please continue informing us, educating us, and never give up. Take some time for self-care because it is important. And Councilwoman Tejada in her invocation spoke about mental illness and mental issues, and it's not always about illness, but it's about just mental health. So take the time. Like I said, many of us as Black women in America have taken time for self-care to not get in the race. But last night, after going to the governor's reception last night at the governor's mansion and meeting so many people who said, no, I get it, take some time off. But January 1st, we've got work to do. So BJ Torres, thank you personally and from the organization. And January 1st, we've got work to do. And this way you're not going to be stifled by anyone. But we look for you on this side, whatever we can do as an organization to help you, because you will no longer be a candidate. And so nobody can tell me what I can and cannot say. And even if they did, who cares? So again, congratulations and all the work that you've done, and whatever I can do and we can do, please remember that we're here and you can teach me some things. Thank you so much. God bless.
Very nice.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Willie Illas, 176 Sherman Street in Perth Amboy. There are times that people reach out to you and say, hey, can you come and support somebody? And I said, who would that be? And it was BJ's last council meeting. I said, wow. I thought I was honored to be asked to come, and they said, no, wrong. I'm honored to have had you here, and that's why I'm here. Because even though it's only been a handful of meetings, I've noticed the fight, and I've noticed the commitment. It ages you to do the right thing. It hurts because we fight the good fight and realize how tough it is. And for those of us that are residents of this town that have seen so much come and go, and that we've lost so much, it's extremely hard to sit here and say, hey, we could do more and could do more. That's been the theme for years now, and we keep losing, and it feels like every day is more and more for less and less. So have you today be the last time? It's going to be hard. I hope that the people that will take your spot find it in their hearts to put up a good fight for the city of Perth Amboy that sorely deserves it and needs it. That can be the case. As for you, I hope that you can make it happen. I can't wait to see what's in store for you or what you got in store for us, because I'm sure that you're a fighter and you're going to be, like she said, on this side of the equation now. And hopefully we'll get to learn from you from this side of the aisle, and to learn from you to put up a good fight and do the right thing. Dr. Martin Luther King said once that there's no better time to do the right thing than now. And now it's now, sir. So good luck to you. May God bless you. Happy holidays to all of you, but especially to you and your bride that are a great couple. I admire you so much, and I wish that I can one day move on and have Perth Amboy feel the same way we feel about you tonight. So thank you, and be well, okay? God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, I need a motion to close public portion.
Go ahead, DJ.
Yes. Good.
No, you make the motion.
Motion to close.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay, council comments?
Good e-
Councilwoman Cruz?
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and Councilman, Mr. Torres, I know there's a plethora of emotions running through you, excitement, passion, and, a bit of heartbreak as well, but remember, this is your home, and thank you for your advocacy, your passion, of course, with the arts, and hopefully, our goal is for the arts to flourish. And I did have people come up to me with not too many people know about the Airbnb yet, but the tattoo, and I was able to mention your advocacy with that as well. With diversifying the businesses. So thank you so much, and I'm sure I'll learn a lot more about you, and I'm sure you'll advocate for even more policy changes and that open door communication with with us. And just happy holidays to everyone. Thank you all for being here on his behalf. May God bless you all, and I hope you get to enjoy the different city events. I know for the holiday event that was this past weekend, it was freezing, but it was absolutely beautiful. The students, the schools, the cars, it was very amazing to see the community get together. And I know that the library does absolutely amazing events as well. So hopefully you all follow along and apply as well for the board positions. And yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all.
Thank you. Councilwoman Morales?
I just want to thank everyone that did come and participate tonight, as always. Also, like Haley Cruz said, this weekend we attended the parade and the Christmas tree lighting. That was a lot of fun. My toes and my feet were going to fall off, but it was a great event and a lot of turnout. It was great to see so many people enjoying and the little kids smiling. I love that this time of the year. And also just want to say very heartfelt thank you and congratulations, Councilman Torres. I know you and we had some, differences here and there, but you know what? I get it, and I really do appreciate your passion and, for what you do and what you for the community. And I appreciate that, and thank you. And hopefully we can work on things together, And I'm sure we can.
Yes.
We're both Scorpios, we can do it. And I wish you and your wife, you guys do great with the Arts Council, finding a venue. We hope we can find you a venue. We are working hard on getting that Performing Arts Center, right? So hopefully we could get that going. And hopefully we could find you a space and you guys can continue to do that work that you do with the Arts Council. Do an amazing job, and thank you for that. And wishing everyone a happy and wonderful and blessed holiday season. Be safe and party with your families, and no time better than being with family. Again, thank you, Councilman Torres.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Councilman Puccio?
Okay. You're a rare breed, Councilman. You are the voice. You and I probably sometimes didn't see eye to eye, but you couldn't tell by conversations between you and me. But you're a stand-up guy. The people are going to miss you. They're going to miss your voice on this side. You do your research. You care. What you do, you could see it from your passion, how much you care about your adopted community. And you're sorely going to be missed. You were like a gem the last 4 years, a voice when you were the only voice. So, maybe tonight is the last night here, but I'm sure it isn't the last night of you coming here. And I've really been honored to serve with you for the last 2 years. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody else. And, you got a real good husband here. He's a really good guy. So, thank you, BJ.
Thank you.
Councilman Torres?
Thank you. I'm going to try to keep this short because if I don't, I'm going to start tearing up. Thank you, Perth Amboy, for giving me the opportunity to serve you. This is one of the greatest communities to live in. This is the best community in New Jersey. I'm proud to call this place home and to serve this community. The last 4 years has been an amazing experience. I'm honored and humbled to have served you. Being a council person is one of my proudest accomplishments, along with becoming a father, a husband, becoming a college grad as an adult, and playing CBGBs regularly. This community has embraced me. And for that, I would give everything for it, blood, sweat, and tears. As an American citizen, we have two obligations. Most people don't know that they're not just rights, they're obligations. Those obligations are to serve jury duty and to vote. But some of us also hear a calling, and I hope that every American hears this calling, and that is to serve for the fight of democracy. I was born, and I still suffer from severe clubfoot, so I wasn't able to fight for democracy by putting on a military suit. But there are other ways to fight for democracy, and you could fight by running for a position in your municipality, by joining one of your boards or commissions, and serving your community. I feel that this was just one of my terms, but this tour of duty was pretty hard with this, not just the local, but the national political environment. And it's only healthy after a tour of duty to take a little break, but it doesn't mean I'm totally retiring. Just means sometimes need to regroup to become stronger, because if you're not strong yourself, you can't help others. So now is the time of reflection before the next action. Thank you, Perth Amboy. Thank you, Council. Without you and your support, I wouldn't have been able to do half of the things, anything we've been able to accomplish. This wasn't just me. This was a joint effort, along with the administration. We don't always see eye to eye, but I think it's healthy to keep those branches separate and to constantly engage in healthy conversation to find out what's best for our community. And this might be my last council meeting for 2024, but I'm not moving from Perth Amboy, and I look forward to the next chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Torres, I just want to thank you for your time here, the 4 years that you serve us, you serve the community. I love your passion. And just because maybe you and I didn't look at things at the same way, but we feel for this community. And I think everyone who's sitting over here feels for this community, cares for this community. But I really want to wish you well, and I know that you're going to keep being involved and being part of this community because, like I say, you love this community, and I understand your passion. It's very hard sometimes to just, when you don't see eye to eye the same way, certain topics or anything topic that we have in front of us, but we always did it with our heart. And I know you did, and I know you care for this community, and I want to thank you. Continue being involved, continue being part of this community because Perth Amboy deserves the best. And I thank you. Thank you. I want to wish everyone happy holidays. Enjoy your holidays with your family and your friends and everyone around you. And thank you for being here tonight. Thank you very much. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. All in favor? Aye. Against? Have a good night. Okay.